Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for today's video. I just wanted to sit down and just chat with you for a moment. I have shared with you some personal updates of what's happening with the family. We are moving. If you've seen that video, you probably already know this, but I just wanted to take a moment to kind of catch you up on some things and just to express my gratitude and appreciation for you being here, for watching my videos, for the love and support that I've received. You guys are truly incredible, and it's the reason why I keep doing what I do. It's been so fun to sit down in this studio and share products and makeup, beauty tips, skincare, all the things that make me happy, and sharing that with you, someone else that enjoys the same things. And it's always been just such a joy to come into the studio and film content, connect with you guys, my online besties, and just play with makeup and forget about everything else going on in my life. And it's funny how when I come into this room and I start filming, it's almost like I completely block out everything else going on in my life, and all I do is focus and immerse myself truly in all of these things because there's such love and passion behind it, and it makes me so incredibly happy. So I just wanted to thank you for being here, for watching my content, for being along through the journey of all the changes in my life, from moving to having kids to just different things and different seasons of my life. And having you along with me for the journey has been incredible, and it's something that I hold very near and dear to my heart. And it's kind of bittersweet, honestly, because this is the last time that I'm going to be filming in this room. I'm going to start taking down these panels off the wall, packing up my lights, putting everything in boxes, sealing those boxes so that I can't rip them open and get stuff out of there, just because my time here is coming to a very quick end. And it's just kind of sad, but I'm also excited for what the future holds for upcoming content. I will definitely have to make some adjustments in our next place. We have some big plans. So we are moving, as I mentioned in a previous update, and the whole goal after getting settled into a rental home is to actually start the process of building my dream home. So I'm very excited because I hope that I can translate my vision in my mind into a completed project and build my dream home with everything that I have ever dreamt of having. And that's going to be a big project and a big undertaking, and I would like to bring you guys along through that process. And that's the plan right now for the foreseeable future. That's going to start happening probably in the next 6 to 8 months from now. So it's going to be so exciting to actually build and buy a house. We have some ideas and some things that we want to do with this next build. This house that I'm currently in right now, we did build from the ground up, and we are going to sell it. So I'm hoping that things go smoothly with that, so that I can shift my focus onto creating more of my vision boards and getting my ideas, so that when we meet with the builder and sit down face to face, this is my vision, this is what I want to do. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what the future has. I have such big plans for that next phase of my life. As I said before, we're changing everything. It's not just a new chapter, as many people say, we're starting a new chapter. No. It's a new book. My husband is changing his career. And one thing that I have not shared with you guys, and I haven't just broadcasted out publicly for a number of reasons. I have children and I keep their privacy, just out of my videos. Their personal things have no place in my YouTube content and on social media. I don't show them often, and I keep them safe for a reason, because I feel very protective over my kids. And my husband is also one of those individuals who does not like to be on camera, does not like to put his personal business out there. So that's why you guys never really see him. He's there, he does exist, but you guys don't even get to see him because he doesn't want to be on camera. And it's a shame, because I know he's my husband, but he has so much to offer. He's like a jack of all trades. He can literally do it all. And it's like, how is that even possible? But he's funny, he's outgoing, and he makes connections with people so incredibly fast, and something that I envy from him. And it's just really cool to see him interact with other people. And I just wish that he would be a little bit more comfortable with the camera, so that I can do more personal vlogs and bring you guys in a little deeper into our personal lives. But he's not down with that. So that's why I don't really do vlogs sharing all the bits of my life, for those reasons. And also to keep my kids safe. But a big part of our lives that we have identified with for so long is being military related. So my husband has retired from being an active duty service member. He's been in the service for 26 years, and that has come to a close, that chapter, so we're moving on. That's the reason why our career, or his career, is changing, as I mentioned in my previous update video. I've never really come out and said that, my husband is an active duty service member, because I've kept that kind of private for a lot of reasons. Again, going back to him not wanting to share any bit of his life on camera, and I have to respect that. I'm an open book. I can tell you everything about me, anything you want to know, and I will just tell you, because I'm more comfortable with the camera and I'm just comfortable with sharing certain things. Now, there's some details, of course, that are personal that you don't put out there for anybody, no matter how comfortable you feel. You know what I mean? But things about personal life, things about being a parent, mom, things like that, I'm not really afraid to sit in front of the camera and talk about. But some people are a little bit more reserved when it comes to that, and he is one of those people. So that's why I've really never shared that. And it's kind of crazy, because that's all I ever have known is being a military spouse, being along through the changes and going from one duty station to the next every 2 to 3 years, long working hours, the TDY trips where he's gone for work-related things, the deployments and I'm left behind by myself or left behind with my kids, and having to raise them on my own, and just the changes and how hard that has been on us as a family. But it's also been very, very rewarding to see him excel, to see him blossom, and the experiences that he's gotten from that. It is something he'll always remember. He'll take with that for the rest of his life. So will we, and I will as a military spouse. I will take that with me, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity, because it's given us the life we've had, and we've been very blessed and we've lived very well. And now it's time to start making choices for ourselves, not relying on the military to tell us where we got to go, when we have to move, when the moving company is coming to pack our things, when he's got to report to his next duty station. We get to make those choices now. And now I get to live my life like a regular, normal person. And that is, in the military, a regular person is called a civilian. So I get to be that. And it just sounds so weird saying that out loud and actually saying this on camera and posting this video, that is who I've been. And it's not that I've been ashamed of it. So I hope that that's not the takeaway here, that I'm ashamed of it. I just, for personal reasons and privacy, I have not shared where we've been, where we've lived, because when you share those kinds of things, that information can land anywhere. And when you start to share where you've lived, where your duty station is, you can start narrowing down some things, and it hits too close to home. And as a parent, I'm very protective over my children, so I have not shared any of that for those reasons. I've wanted to. I feel like I've been keeping some of myself kind of, not a secret, but just kind of off camera, off screen. And now I don't have to do that. Now I can tell you, because it's done. It's official. He's retired. And we're moving on. We're putting that behind us. We're taking those experiences and those memories, putting them into a box, and we're moving forward. Like I said, a new book. And I honestly feel like a whole big weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and I just feel like I can just breathe, because I feel like that's just so much of me that I have not been able to share, to connect with even someone else watching that is a military spouse or has been a spouse, or who can relate to that. My whole family is military. Although I don't know my dad very well, I've only met him once, he was a service member as well. So was my mother. My sister retired from being active duty in the Army for over 20 years as well. We've just had so many close friends and family members also be in the service, also retired. So that's what I've been identifying with since I was a kid. Military. It's always been military. So when someone asks me, where am I from? My answer is always, I'm from everywhere. I'm from here. This is where I was born. This is where I've lived. This is where I am. This is where I'm going. Because I have not been able to put roots down and actually grow and have friends, lifelong friends, And that's one of the biggest things that I feel like has affected my children, especially my oldest, with being military, is that we can't make solid friendships that are lifelong friendships that we can take with us through all the seasons of our lives. And that's the downside of being military, is that you have to say goodbye. You have to start over every few years. So now I get to put roots down, raise my kids. I can see them go to school, enter into a school system for the first time in their lives, make those friends, and have them have those friends through all of these moments of their lives. And that to me is everything. So I'm excited for that for them, excited for what the future has, for this new phase, this new book that we're starting. And we're kicking things off with a trip to Disney World to celebrate the retirement, to celebrate leaving where we're at right now, celebrate where we're going, to celebrate my anniversary. I've been married to my husband for 18 years. We've been together for 20. And that's a big milestone. And to be able to celebrate that and celebrate just my husband for being able to make such a big sacrifice to give us this life that we've had. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I don't ever forget about that. I'm truly grateful, and it's one of the reasons why I love this man to pieces, because he's an incredible human being, and I feel like I truly don't deserve him, but God made him just for me, and I'm so thrilled and happy that I was the chosen one to be his wife and his lifelong partner, and to give him some children, because our kids are pretty incredible. And so, not to get kind of emotional and maybe even get to a point where I start to get teary-eyed, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to wreck my makeup. But I'm excited. And I just wanted to share that with you and just sit down and just be completely open and vulnerable and completely authentic, real, raw, and just share with you so much of who I am and just kind of let you into some more of me so you get to know me a little bit better. I have some new subscribers, and if you're new, welcome to my YouTube family. I'm so glad you found me. I'm so glad you subscribed. It means so much to me that you've chosen to subscribe to my channel and to follow along and watch my videos. And I don't even know where to begin to express my gratitude for those of you who've been here for such a long time. Those of you who've been watching my videos for a while, the ones that leave me comments on every single video, you know exactly who you are. I cannot begin to tell you how grateful and thankful I am that you're even here, that you've opened your heart to me, made those connections, became friends with me, watched my videos, left me wonderful comments, encouraging comments, love and support. I get goosebumps just talking about it, and it just means so much. So thank you. To all of my subscribers, new subscribers, old subscribers, thank you for being here, just for being a part of my life. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I am excited though for the future and for the growth of this channel. We've had a lot of new growth and a lot of increase in views, which is wonderful. I've been putting a lot of energy and a lot of myself into these videos, trying to give you 110% of myself, getting up really early in the morning before the kids wake up to knock out some content, staying up on the current things, testing products out every single day without fail, without skipping a day, to bring you the best tips, products, reviews. And I'm going to continue to do that. In the future, of course, when I get settled in my new place, I'm going to continue filming. I have no plans on not doing YouTube. I have started posting over on TikTok, and I've been doing TikTok videos on a daily basis. And I would like to build a community there as well to share the same thing that I share here, but just shorter, quick bursts of information. That's the cool thing about the app over there, is that it's just quick, on the go. It doesn't even have to be in a studio. It doesn't even have to be perfect background. And I can still connect. So if you want to follow me there, all that info is in the description box. So again, I just wanted to kind of touch base with you and let you know that if there is a period of time where there isn't a video, I'm getting situated, I'm moving, I'm unpacking boxes, getting things going so that I can get into a routine. And I am going to be just bursting at the seams to turn on the camera again, set up the lights all over again, and get things going and start creating content, because that's part of my routine and I crave that kind of consistency and everyday kind of schedule. So I will be back as soon as possible. Thanks for being here, for listening to me and being here to the end. I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate your time that you've given me today. Any videos anybody wants to see, reviews of products, let me know so I can get a list going and I can tackle that when I get settled in my new place. Thank you so much for being here. Take care. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.